Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and it is time to play my deck of TBR game for the month of May. It's my favorite time of the month where we get to play a game where a deck of cards chooses what I read for the next month. It's so exciting and so fun, and I love to gamify things. But before we jump into figuring out what I will read in May, we have to look back at how April went. Here is the stack of 6 books that I got. Let's quickly talk about the prompts that they covered. So my first prompt was my spinner wheel, which chooses a genre on my shelves. And that prompt led me to a classic book, which I chose. This was Family Robinson by Johann David Weiss, and I did complete that book. My next prompt was a 5-star prediction, and for that I chose Notes on an Execution by Dania Kukafka, and I am about a third of the way through that and definitely will finish it. I still have 10 days left of the month, so I'm filming this early, but I was just too excited to play my game. My next prompt was one-word title, and for that I chose Exile, which is the second book in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series by Shannon Messenger. I have not read that yet, but I remember how fast I read the first in the series, and so I'm not worried about getting it done in the next 10 days. It'll happen, right? Okay, next prompt was a new to me author, and for that I chose Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson, and I did read that. The next prompt was a self-destruct book. I filmed these 12 books will self-destruct in 12 months, and for that I chose Something Borrowed by Emily Giffen, and I actually DNF'd that. For my game, that counts as completing it, and I'll talk more about why I DNF'd it in my April wrap-up. And the last prompt was a book of the month, and so I chose Infinite Country by Patricia Engel, and I did read that. So I'm counting it as a win, friends. I know we can't officially say it's a win, but it's a win because I'm going to complete these books on my TBR, even if it's not necessarily in the month of April. I think it will be, but I plan on completing them anyway. And my punishment is that I put the books that I don't finish in a jar and choose it and have to read it, which I think that's a dumb punishment because I want to read the books on my TBR. Generally, unless I get a crazy month where I get a lot of books that I don't want to read. So let me know if there's a better punishment that I could do. Let me know in the description box down below. Maybe it's just adding an extra draw, or I don't know, something more exciting. Let me know if you have any amazing ideas that I could implement in my game. Okay, so that was April. Let's move on to May. Now that it's spring, I just want to read romance books, but I also have this weird thriller. I want to read mystery thrillers too. So we're going to try to get as many romance and mystery thrillers on this list as I can. The reason I want to read romance books, first of all, it's spring and it feels like a romance time, but also I am going to participate in the 72-hour Into the Smut Den, I think that's what it's called, that Cassidy and Mel and Rye put on. I can't remember the official title. I'll put it here and I'll link all of their stuff down below, but I want to read as many romance books as I can that last weekend of May, so I want to get as many romance books on here as I can too. It'll be fun, right? I can just combine the two. It'll be great. Okay, so that's it. There are some other required things I'd want to get on here. Buzzword, Genreathon hosted by Whitney from Tibbura's Den. I'd also maybe like to read. I'm not gonna go into more. We'll see what I can get on here. Okay. I'm going to replace my bomb book. Last month I had Purity by Jonathan Franzen. Let's get a new one just to switch things up. I will not put Purity back in just so I can get something different. I don't know, my bomb books are maybe changing. I might need to update a little bit. Oh no, that would be scary. I know I said I wanted mystery thriller, but this is like an extra level of scary. House of Leaves. That is by Mark Z. Danielewski. I want to read that, I think, in the spooky season, but who knows? Okay. We will see if that ever comes up. Okay, I think the board is all set. Nothing to change because I think my last draw in April was a jack for book of the month. So we can just jump right in and play. We're starting off with 5 draws and we'll see what happens. It's exciting to play and figure out what I'll be reading next month. All right, here we go. The first draw is the 10 of Hearts. Oh boy. Okay, so this is a baby pick. Baby pick. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm going to choose 3 books that I want to read next month and let one of my children choose, either Theodore, who is 3, or Mabel, who is 1, but I will have to get a video of them choosing that some other time because they're asleep right now. So let me show you what options I'm going to give them, and then I'll put a clip in of what they choose. Okay, I'm gonna give them 3 options. The first is The Oceanography of the Moon by Glendy Vanderaa. This was a Once Upon a Book Club book that I got for Christmas as a fun present from Willie. As you read this book, there are sticky notes that say, open your gift, and I've been wanting to do this since Christmas, and so I thought that this could be a chance of getting it on the TBR. The next one is This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. This is a romance, which would get into the romance books that I want to read, but also it's a YA, and for Whitney's readathon, genre-a-thon, it's YA May, so you have to read a book classified as YA, and this one is. I've read Jennifer E. Smith before. I read The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight and really loved it. I think I read it in like one sitting, but that was also maybe a very different time of my life when I was more a young adult or high schooler. So we'll see if the babies pick it and if it's one that I would really want to read. And then to get romance / buzzword on here, I am giving them the option of Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola, which is romance and has honey and spice, which are flavors for the buzzword, hosted by Books and Lala or Kayla. So we'll see what they pick in this clip right now. Can you come pick a book for mommy? Ooh, which one do you like? Which one? Can you touch one? Oh, what one do you like? Show me. Uh-oh. You want that one? Good job. Oh, you like that one too? Good choice, baby. So I will be reading This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith, a YA book for YA May. So you know what they picked, but I have no idea, which makes it difficult for me with these next few choices because now I can't choose any of those. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. We are going to replace the 10 of Hearts prompt with this one, poetry. Okay, I think I have a few on my shelves that I haven't read. And we will put the 10 of Hearts back in the deck and shuffle for draw number 2. All right, that's enough shuffling. Draw number 2 is a queen. Okay, a queen is a self-destruct book. We can make this work. I said I wanted a romance or a thriller. And you know, none of them are quite drawing my fancy. The one mystery I have is Mr. Churchill's Secretary by Susan Elia McNeil, but that's not pulling me toward it for any reason. So instead, I'm going to try to finish off a series. It's a duology, I guess, kind of. I am going to read The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. This is the sequel / companion to The Handmaid's Tale. I really enjoyed reading The Handmaid's Tale and now really enjoy watching the series, but I know that this takes a different spin on the TV series. So I'm interested. Plus, I think I have an audiobook of it. And someone said to me that the audio was all right of this. Maybe it's a full cast? Tell me in the comments if I'm right or wrong. But I'm gonna add this to the stack. So that is for my queen, my self-destruct book. No prompts to replace, so we will put the queen back in the deck and shuffle. All right, Let's see what draw number 3 is. A 3. Funny. Draw number 3 is a 3. A 3 of spades is a book on my Kindle. Okay. So this is very funny because today I just finished working on a project of putting all my Kindle books in this little journal that I have so that I can see. So I can physically see what I have because I just completely forget what I have on my Kindle. And I think I know exactly what I'm going to do, but let me just make sure. I'm deciding between two. One, I would like to read for Montgomery May, which is a readathon where you read Ellen Montgomery books. And the other one is for a project that I would like to complete, a video project. So I'm having a tough time. I'm trying to think like what future prompts I could get and if one would fit any future prompts easier than the other. Okay, I'm gonna be smart and I'm going to put the book that I want to read for a project. And so I'm going to choose The Push by Ashley Audrain. I'll put a picture of it right here. I'm not gonna tell you what the project is, but you maybe know. If you know, you know. If you've watched my channel lately, you know. So The Push is book number 3. Okay, we need to replace the 3 of spades prompt with this one. Beautiful cover. And we'll put the 3 back in the deck and shuffle. We're doing really great because we have 3 different suits represented, and so there's no way that we can get 3 suits with the 5 draws. So the only thing is if we get double numbers to add more books. There's so many books I want to read, so I really don't care if I add more, but it's just a little daunting to have a huge TBR. All right, here we go. This is the pick 10, another 10, but that's okay. It wasn't right in a row, so 10 of clubs. Oh, yuck. A random publishing year. Okay. Because I really don't feel like reading a book from the 1600s, I'm going to choose a random publishing year from 2000 to 2023 because I love myself. I'm going to help myself out. Okay, so 2000 to 2023. I'm going to click it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 2018. Let's see what I've got on here for date published. We're gonna have to go back quite a bit. Okay. Ooh, okay. So we've got Verity, Kingdom of the Blind. That's 14 in the Louise Penny book, so I can't read that. We've got Bridge of Clay. We've got The Home for Unwanted Girls, The Immortalists. Those are the 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, let's look at my Kindle books too, just in case. For date published, 2018. Just in case there's anything I'd rather read here. A Subtle Murder, A Killer's Mind, The Billionaire's Wake-Up Call Girl, What Happened on the Lake, or The Hazelwood. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. She typically writes romance, but this is a thriller, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for Verity by Colleen Hoover. Crazy. I haven't read a Colleen Hoover in the longest time, but I loved them, the ones that I read. I've read November 9, I've read Someday Maybe, I've read It Starts With Us, or wait, It Ends With Us. I haven't read It Starts With Us yet, so I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try Verity by Colleen Hoover. I've heard that it's phenomenal, but I've also heard it's a lot. So we will see what I think at the end of May. Let's replace the 10 of clubbies with this prompt, a librarian pick. And we'll put the 10 of clubs card back in the deck and shuffle. Okay, one more shuffle for good measure. And our last draw is, okay, We've drawn so many 10s, but this is 2 10s in a row, so it's not our last draw. That's okay. Let's see what the 10 of spades is. Matches my outfit. This is a new prompt, I believe, that a viewer recommended. So I'm wearing a green dress and a white little, what's this called? Cardigan. And I think I have the perfect book. I think I have the perfect book. Ah. So the cover that I have of this book really matches my outfit pretty perfectly. I'm going to show you what I have in my little Kindle book collection here, but it is Anne of Green Gables. Can you see it? By L.M. Montgomery. For Montgomery May. I've never read Anne of Green Gables, and I want to do it. I wanted to try to do it in middle grade March, couldn't get to it, and so it's going to happen in Montgomery May, which seems very fitting, and it was the other book that I was going to choose for my book on a Kindle. And it's like, it's really close to these colors. Perfect. How happy am I that I picked the push for the first prompt instead of this one? Okay, so for matches my outfit, I'm picking Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. Okay, so let's replace the 10 of spades with this prompt. Oh, a low rating on Goodreads. And we'll put the 10 of spades back in the deck. Let's hope for not another 10. Oh my goodness. I've drawn 3 of the 4 10s this whole game. One more draw is fun though. To try to get more of the books I want on here. 6th and final draw is a king. I always forget. Okay, king. Is a spinner wheel. So we've got to get my computer back out. This is my spinner wheel of genres, which correspond to videos that I took of all the physical books on that shelf, that genre shelf. So let's get that out. Okay, let's go. Romance, mystery thriller. I spoke it into existence. Okay, so romance. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I have pretty much loved all of the Ali Hazelwood I have read in the past. And so I'm going to pick Loath to Love You, which is 3 STEMinist novellas by Ali Hazelwood. The 3 are Under One Roof, Stuck With You, and Below Zero. I'm excited. Ali Hazelwood has a good amount of steam for me. I like the steam and just fun characters. So yay, another romance I can get on here, which is perfect. I'm pretty pleased with how this deck of TBR game went. So my stack looks not complete whatsoever because there are 6 books and I don't know one of them, and 2 of them are going to be represented by this Kindle journal that I created. So let's go through. The first prompt that I got was a baby pick. And so I'm going to give my baby Mabel 3 options. They are The Oceanography of the Moon by Glendy Vandera, Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola, and This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. Here's what baby Mabel chose. So that will be on here, but this is just representing it for now. The next prompt was a self-destruct book, and I chose The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. The next prompt was a book on my Kindle. And so here I have The Push by Ashley Audrain. Then I picked random publishing year and I got 2018, and for that I chose Verity by Colleen Hoover. Next, I got a book that matches my outfit and I chose Anne of Green Gables, again represented by this lovely Kindle journal here, but here's a picture of the cover that matches my outfit very well. And lastly, I got Spinner Wheel, which chose the genre romance for me, and I chose Loath to Love You, which is 3 STEMinist novellas by Ali Hazelwood. I am excited for these books. This should be a great reading month. I have some easier books, maybe with a middle grade and possibly a YA, but also the romance and thrillers that I wanted to get on here. Let me know in the comments down below if you have read any of these 6 books and what you thought of them. I'd love to have some bookish conversation with you there. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video on your way out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more bookish and bullet journaling content from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!